Hi everybody out there in YouTube land. Kind of a bummer, I'm making a little video today. I just want to let everybody know, or I have a few people that watch my channel. Not a hell of a lot. Anyways, I've been working on uploading some videos. I'm having the best luck so far with bitchute.com, bitchute.com. I actually sent them a few bucks a donation to help pay for the extra expensive hosting. I had a donation thing. There's some other ones that they've talked about on the Slack thing. The guntube.com and dailymotion.com. Supposedly Full 30 is supposed to start letting more people on, but I've looked around on their site and there's no place to even ask to be, which I'm no huge gun channel. I'm not like any of these other guys, but like Hitchcock 45. You know, Hitchcock 45 is, I don't know, he's the guy that got me really into it. I mean, I always had a shotgun and a 22. Hitchcock 45, watching those videos, is the guy that got me involved in it, or got me interested in stuff. And he just, in a way, he reminds me of my father. And my father's passed now, but his hands, and my dad was tall and skinny and just, Dad wasn't a gun guy. I mean, he did nothing against him. He had one. He just was, he always worked 2 jobs. He worked so much he didn't have time for that. But anyways, I don't know. I just want to say thank you to Fortune Cookie 45 LC. Man, I learned so much from that guy. That man has forgotten more than I'll ever know. I really believe that. You got Elvis Ammo, Full Lead Taco, Johnny's Reloading Bench. There's just a whole bunch of people I've learned from. I hope they don't go away. I hope everybody lands somewhere. There's lots of talk on Slack about where to go, but there's been nothing even close to a consensus. Again, I think everybody's hoping that Full 30 will do something, but I don't know. It'd be nice if they did, but I think that somewhere we've all got to be willing to pay a little bit to help support the thing. Not a lot, but something. Even the guys that are doing the patron and stuff. I mean, isn't that kind of a business? Well, in every business I've ever ran, there's always been expenses. Always been expenses. And, you know, if you've got an income of $1,000 a month from it and you got to pay $50 a month for the hosting, that's just an expense. I mean, I guess I don't have a problem. I like paying my own way because that way I don't have to ask. I just do what I want. But what worries me is even if we do get on one of these other ones and everything starts working out great, what's to stop the liberals from going after these idiots? You know, these, oh, we're going to go protest or whatever. Liberals are interesting creatures. They sit and preach, oh, we believe in free speech. We believe in... And we're supposed to just look the other way and be okay with them doing every kind of crazy, bizarre thing in the world, right? But they are constantly, whatever they don't happen to like that day, they're actually protesting or boycotting it. And, you know, they can't just be happy and go live their damn life. No, they've got to... Their life exists for making others miserable. It really is. I mean, I guess they're so damn miserable they want to spread it around. Man, I would like to see somebody with some deep pockets go after YouTube, and I think there's an opening there. I'm not a lawyer. I don't play one on TV. But this makes sense to me. They have destroyed totally a bakery because they didn't want to create a cake, I think, for a gay... It was a... I don't remember if it was a lesbian or a gay wedding, but one of the alternative lifestyle weddings, right? They destroyed those people because they didn't want to make cake because, again, they didn't believe in it, which I personally think that should be okay. They should be able to say, hey, I don't believe in it. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Well, if the precedent has been set, which, again, I don't agree with it, but it's a precedent. If the precedent has been set, they were fined and destroyed because of that. And there was plenty of other bakeries that those folks could have went to get a cake. There are not plenty of other YouTubes you can go to. There's only one, big YouTube. And they're going to destroy gun channels because they don't believe in them. None of these people on these gun channels have done anything wrong. We haven't shot up a school. None of us think that's a great idea. It's always a nut job who shoots up a school. How about we go after the pharmaceutical companies? Because one thing these people have in common that do this kind of stuff, all the ones I've seen, now there's got to be exceptions, exception to every rule, they've all been on some type of a drug for depression or something like that. Well, I think that there's an opening here for attorneys. I mean, I couldn't file it, because to file a lawsuit, you have to show that you've been usually hurt by it monetarily. Boy, there's a big opening here for a whole bunch of these guys. Hitchcock 45. I mean, Johnny's reloading bench. I don't know if he's working yet, but I know one time he was unemployed, and they got the patron. I know I'm a patron of his. So by doing these videos, he gets the patrons, which gets his income. So monetarily, they're going to be harmed by this. YouTube is going to harm them monetarily. YouTube's already harmed all the gun channels that were monetized, okay? And that is an opening for a class action lawsuit right there. Because if a baker, where there's many bakers to choose from, can get in trouble and be literally fined out of existence, and people went bankrupt because of this, then why can't YouTube be held accountable for this? It's the same thing. They don't believe in the guns, so they're going to get rid of the gun. Wait a minute. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean you can do that. Ask that baker. Wait a minute, that's discrimination. But it's going to take somebody with some money to go after it and file the lawsuit, not in a big liberal city. Because, the judges there are all going to be libs. File that lawsuit, because YouTube covers the whole country, covers the whole world. File that lawsuit somewhere where the judges, the courts, are going to be normally conservative. So you got a better chance at winning. But I think it's doable. I hope somebody does it. God, I hope somebody does it. These liberals, one thing, whether you like President Trump or you don't like President Trump, one thing that President Trump has taught the conservatives, or they're still learning it. They're still in class, okay? And a lot of them keep skipping class, okay? It's the smart ones, if you'll notice. The Republicans are no longer just taking the beating by the liberals and going away and, okay, we'll have to let you have this. We won't let you have all of it. We'll let you have some of this. I know I'm bad because I'm white and I'm conservative. I'm evil. I'm a homophobe. I'm everything. They're standing up and they're saying, wait a minute, I haven't done... And they're fighting back. And you know what? The ones that are fighting back, people are standing up behind them and they're winning elections. And they're doing something. And that's the one thing President Trump is teaching these people. I mean, President Trump, in my eyes, has done a lot of great things, okay? The opioid thing, I think that's wonderful. He's going after that. The tariff thing, well, I know... I mean, I lost some money on the thing, too, and the stock market went down a little bit. But I'd gained more before that by all the other changes he did. And I got to tell you, you know what? I'm willing to lose some money to start doing production, steel and things like that here in the United States again, big time. Because that's just stupid not to be doing that. Let's forget profits. Let's just look at common sense. Okay, we got our steel coming from China and other countries. What if we have to go to war with one of them? All of us say, hi, China, I need a boatload of steel because I want to make weapons to go fight you. I don't think they're going to send it to us. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's stupid for us to lose the ability to make that. And you can have all the book learning you want, but if you don't have somebody living that's done it, that's got some experience, you've lost the skill. So I think we need manufacturing in our country. And if it means that the price of a car's got to go up by $150, so be it. You know what? That price has been driven up by a lot of stupid liberal things. Look at, you know how much of a car from GM is the cost of health care? It's a lot more than $150. And, and that exactly hasn't helped anybody. Everybody I know of is paying more for health care. Now, if you had to be one of the people who are getting it for free, then you're happy. I'm not. And I'm not happy. But you know what? Again, I'm a conservative, so what I care doesn't matter. I get it. I understand. But this thing about YouTube, man, I hope to God somebody goes after them. Please. Because that will, even if they lose, think about it. YouTube is free to do what they want to, right? You know what the biggest thing nasty you could do to them is to get the government involved in their business. Let them deal with some of the crap that gun manufacturers have to deal with. All the bullshit that really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't help anybody, you know? Like, oh, the background checks. So, yeah, we're going to do a bunch of background checks, but the feds aren't going to put the people in there that should be in there. Like Obama got rid of 500,000 people out of there that was a problem. Why the hell would anybody do that? Why would they purge that of people they know that are problems? Why? Because they want this gun problem, like these school shootings. The libs want them. They want them. They want them so much because every time that happens, oh, we can have another big, we can advance our cause. You know, only an insane person would want something like that to happen. You don't hear about the one where there was a school shooting and the guy who was armed just now shot the perp. Problem solved. Well, we aren't going to talk about that because we don't want to have that. That's something else. You know, President Trump gets in trouble because he talks common sense, just like you and I would talk if we're sitting around the water cooler or having a beer at our local pub, and somebody'd throw out, "Hey, that's a great idea." Why is having a teacher not being forced to be armed, not have to do it? They don't want to do it. They don't have to. Why is that such a terrible idea? Why is hiring some of these out-of-work veterans to put into our schools, along with a metal detector in every school, such a bad idea? I mean, if I want to go down to our local courthouse, or if I have to go down there, nobody goes there because they want to go there, do they? Really think about it. But I went down there to get my permit. I had to go through a metal detector. I had to take all the crap out of my pockets. It was metal. Throw it in a tray so the officer could look at it. Oh, I ain't going to kill anybody with my ink pen. I ain't going to probably kill anybody with my keys. Okay, so I take my stuff. See you later. Hey, do you know where this is at? That's where I'm going. And that was the end of it. It wasn't a big deal. You know what? Why couldn't we have that in the schools? And see, I like this idea of taking our money we're going to spend as a people, our money we've paid in taxes, and getting double bang out of it. Okay, so now it's making the school safer. We're helping veterans. It's a 2-for-1 for the same money. That's great. It's like when Obama did the cash for clunkers. It just, you know, it might have been a good idea, but he was stupid. Okay? Or at least he didn't give a shit about anybody. He'd sit there preaching about everybody. All right, they took some of these cars people turned in, which were fine automobiles. They ran. They just got shitty mileage, okay? And they just, part of the deal was they had to be inoperative. They had to be destroyed, basically. Well, that was stupid. I seen a lot of vehicles that were destroyed that could have been nice. You know who they could have been great for? How about the elderly disabled couple down the road or something? You know where they go? They go to the grocery store, they go to the doctors, and they don't go anywhere else. So if they drive 200 miles in a month, they did a lot of driving. Well, you know, at 200 miles, it really doesn't matter what the friggin' mileage is. Those people could have taken those vehicles in. Ow, I had a bullet sitting there I'm playing with. You take those vehicles in, or they could have, it's over now. They could have took those vehicles in, did the credit like they did, so the people that bought a new vehicle got a deal, great. Now we spent some government money, right? Put a little bit more government money with it, have the vehicles gone over, get them put back into pristine condition, and then sell them to the low income for what it cost us to have them put back in good condition. Okay, so even if it was $1,500, you sell them a vehicle for $1,500, they make payments on it for a year. That ain't a lot of payments, right? Ain't a lot of money. Now you got 2 bangs out of your same government money you spent. You help the first guy and you help the auto industry. That's wonderful, great. Now you help these other people over here that's just sitting here, but you know they don't. These poor people, retired old people who've worked their asses off their whole life. They don't really have anybody in Washington they're giving money to that pays a politician, so they didn't really matter. That's what it comes down to. The auto company did, and probably still does. So I like the idea. When President Trump does something, he usually tries to get the most bang for the dollar he's going to spend. But he ain't scared to spend some money. You know, it's like the wall. I think it's great. Build that son of a bitch. Put some advertising on it. You know, they want to put solar panels on it. Libs, put some solar panels on the damn thing. Do whatever you want to. Make it work. Hell, put a rest stop there. You know, I don't know. But this thing with YouTube, I mean, I'm not into it for my living. I pray for those people who are, because I mean, can you imagine having your living? I've had that done to me once. I had two young kids decide to burn one of my commercial buildings to the ground. I stayed there for 6 hours watching it burn, wondering how am I going to pay all of our people? How am I going to keep all this going? You know, you got 15 people that rely on you. You know, you can't just blow them off. CPA, so you should lay them off. Well, I never do. I don't always do what's best. We didn't lay off one person, not one. We had one new employee, only been hired for a week. He would just, you know, he'd only been a week, sorry. Other than that, every employee stayed with us. We sent him over to another store. Had the cleanest store in the world, and I thought I was going to have to go and bail my kids out because my children, my son and my daughter, work for me. They're good people. But they don't work well together, right? God, it was like they were 9 years old again fighting. I spent my life on the phone with them. But you know what? And then my son and I, we rent, and finally it took us 3 weeks. We found a place to rent. We got a temporary building. Because it took 2 years to go through all the bullshit with the legal thing to rebuild the old building. You know, the insurance company wasn't bad to deal with. Yeah, they didn't want to pay out the money, but it was what it was. The government was the worst part to deal with, all the bullshit regulations and stuff. It took 2 years. So we ran a temporary place, and it worked. Thank God. And we kept our people employed. Everybody made it through. It worked. But I can imagine what it must be like to be sitting there saying, oh my God, my income just went kapoo. Well, that's just, for what? These people have done nothing wrong, not one thing wrong. You know, these videos on YouTube have not caused these people to go crazy and go shoot up someplace. You want to talk about what caused it? How about some of the crazy liberal shit that people are preached to? But ultimately, people are responsible for their own things. They're not responsible for what somebody else does. That's insane. So, please, if there's some attorney out there or some nice conservative, some really deep pockets out there, hire some good attorneys. Get some attorneys that work. Okay, we'll give you a little bit, then you cash in at the end when you get the big lawsuit. Because, I mean, Google's got deep pockets, folks. So, I mean, come on. If you could get a lawsuit against them, it could be worth untold amounts of money. But, I don't know. I'll be at these other places. You guys look around. It's under Barn Dweller. One of them, I don't know who did it, but somebody already had a thing registered as Barn Dweller in one of them. I thought I was the only idiot who used that name. But the other one's Barn_Dweller. Just search for Barn Dweller. That's it. And hopefully this keeps going, because I've gotten a lot more out of this than I've ever given. You know, I mean, my videos aren't fancy. They're not pretty at all. They're just me. I ain't going to edit them. I ain't going to do all this stuff. I can learn how to do it, but I don't want to. Okay? I mean, I've got a rig sitting down here. Upgrade I ordered a year ago, amateur radio. Flex, was it 6400? To replace my 6300. It's still working, but I had to send it in because it has a heat issue, and it's going to have it its whole life, and I got to reinstall the software, and I got to, I'll get it to go, but I haven't done it yet. So if I'm going to sit and want to fight with a computer for a while, I'm going to get that going. I ain't going to sit there and tinker with make one purdy and all that. But I am learning. Tell you that BitChute.com, their interface is working for me. I'm learning it. Took a while. I learned that when you update, it sits there and tells you that it's what does it say it's doing? It's basically it's compressing it, but it's processing it. It'll sit there and tell you that forever. It doesn't upgrade. So I've learned to go check my email. I'll get an email, or go open another window and check it, and it'll show up, but it still tells me it's processing. And that could be because I'm using Chrome. I don't know. Who knows? But I got it figured out how I can make it work, and that's all necessary. But this sucks. Really, I just watched Fortune Cookie L's 45LC's video, and I got to tell you, it broke my heart watching that man. That man has done more. What somebody say? 1,600 videos. How much work? And his videos are nice. I mean, he doesn't do them half-assed like I do. That man does good videos, and he shares the data. I don't know if he gets anything out of it or not. I don't know. I think he does it just because he loves doing it personally. And then somebody because they're a liberal, wants you to take it away. You ever notice the liberals just, they believe in going taking away everything from everybody. They sit and preach all this, oh, we believe in freedom, we believe in this. No, they don't. They believe in dictatorial rule. They want power, and they're going to control every aspect of your life. They want to control what car you drive, where you live, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Screw them. All right. Everybody have a great day. I hope to see you guys other places. Check out Slack. I think it was Full Lead Taco, and the Baconator helps us get that. They invited me over to it. I like it. In fact, it's going all the time now. I'm like an addict to it, which is great because I'm not on Facebook that much. I sit there and read all this stuff going by in Slack. Yeah, I'm learning the interfaces. Nothing wrong. I'm just old. It takes a while to learn something. But, this might end up being a good thing, particularly if we could get somebody in it. It'd be nice the NRA to get involved in that, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to stay away from it because, see, they don't want to have a medium where just anybody can come in. Because, when you have a medium where anybody can go put something in, there's occasionally going to be an asshole or two. There are assholes out there. And they couldn't control it, and they wouldn't want to hurt their image, and I can understand that. Talk to everybody later. Probably my last video going up on YouTube. Or I don't know. On YouTube, what I might do is leave my channel if they don't delete it. And I just might put a stupid video up, and then with a link to the new place I go every time I post a video. I don't know. It's an idea. Goodbye.